Last Saturday at City Hall in downtown Los Angeles, hundreds of people from around Southern California participated in the final weekend of Break Free 2016, a global action to show what the climate movement can do to break free from fossil fuels. Bernie Sanders has the boldest plan to address climate change, and Lauren Steiner of LA for Bernie made sure that he had a strong showing. Lauren is a fearless volunteer and activist with more energy than Bernie, and she knows literally everybody.
Dave, you want me to do an interview with Bill Mckibben?
Absolutely.
So this is Lauren Steiner with Los Angeles for Bernie. I'm here with Bill Mckibben, who needs no introduction because he was the one that brought global warming to the world's attention with his book, The End of Nature, back in 1989. Bill is here to speak at this big climate march, the Break Free March, and I'm here to talk to Bill about Bernie Sanders in particular, because I know that Bill has endorsed him. Bill, what do you want to tell our viewers about Bernie Sanders?
Well, I always get to help introduce Bernie the day that he launched his campaign in Burlington last summer. And I don't think anybody, maybe even including Bernie, thought back then that it was going to turn into quite what it's turned into. Really the most remarkable political spectacle of our time. And I think the most beautiful thing about it, and the thing that's truest to Bernie as a man and a politician, is the slogan that he's been using, "Not me, us." That's the most beautiful political slogan of my lifetime, and it's exactly what he believes. He's a movement guy, and around movements like climate change, he's been there absolutely from the beginning, completely stalwart, the person we could count on over and over and over again.
Great. Well, I wanted to let you know that here in Los Angeles and here in California, we've been working very hard since 2012 to get a ban on fracking. I worked, you might be interested to know, with the Republican mayor of Beverly Hills to get that city to be the first city in California to ban fracking. And since then, we've had a couple of counties and another city. Carson just did it. What would you like to tell the people about the importance of continuing to work on these local fights even after this campaign is over?
So one of the things we're learning, of course, is that all these fights, the environmental fights, are all both local and global at the same time. And so the people who are managing to ban fracking wherever they're doing it, close to home, in their state, in their town, in their county, they're doing a good thing to defend where they live, and they're also doing a good thing to defend the planet that we live on. We can't control climate change if we keep expanding fracking and natural gas and oil and everything all over the place. It really is time to keep it in the ground.
Great. And I want to invite you, we're doing a fracking rally up in Kern County on Sunday, May 22nd, because they're fracking right in the farm fields there. And 70% of the farm workers' children are going to school with inhalers. So we're going to have a big rally there with environmental justice activists. We're hoping that Bernie can make it. We don't know his schedule until 2 days before, but we'd like to invite you, and thank you for all your work all these years.
Thank you so much. And the stuff that's going on in Kern County is just absolutely emblematic of what environmental justice is all about.
Great. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you. We've learned one thing from Keystone and from all these other fights. It's that when we fight, we win.
In my view, if we are serious about safe and clean drinking water, if we are serious about clean air, if we are serious about protecting the health of our children and our families, if we are serious about combating climate change, we need to put an end to fracking, not only in New York and Vermont, but all over this country.
I don't see any Hillary people.
In the ground, Jerry Brown, keep that oil in the ground.
Well, it's kind of what democracy looks like. Voting, actually, is what democracy looks like.
for Bernie! Hey!
Want me to interview Joe Galliani? He was the MC.
Sure, where is he?
We're live here in downtown Los Angeles.
Okay, so here I am again, Lauren Steiner with LA for Bernie, with my good friend and fellow activist Joe Galliani from 350 South Bay. He was the MC of the event. Tell me how you felt it went today from your perspective, Joe.
Well, it was fantastic to see so many people, so many Bernie supporters specifically, but so many people in Los Angeles, from San Francisco, from South and San Diego, all turning out to try to break free from fossil fuels and do what Bernie's been saying, end the fossil fuel era and begin the 100% renewable era. So I felt it was a great day, as always too many speakers, always too much talking. So many people want to say things, are passionate. So many allies are part of this. So there doesn't seem to be any way around that, but we're here in the streets marching now. It's a beautiful sight to see Bernieites and people of color and people in frontline communities all united, same common ground, all with the same mission.
All right, we've got one more week till the registration deadline. What do you want to tell all the Bernie supporters out there watching that they need to be doing in the next 7 days?
Time to double down. Time to not believe anything you hear. Put your nose to the grindstone, do the work. The people that do the work, the people that get the votes out, those are the pros, those are the people that win. I believe that Bernie will win if we do the work.
Right. Now, the work also includes addressing some of the local issues that you and I have been fighting for the past several years. Why don't you briefly list some of the things that we're fighting here in Los Angeles County and down by your way?
Happy to, and actually unhappy to. Where I live in Torrance, within a 12-mile circle of my house are 6 refineries, 2 of the nation's largest ports, and the Los Angeles International Airport. That 12-mile circle has the highest particulate matter readings anywhere in the country, the dirtiest air, and it's mostly people of color and low means who live in fence-line communities in Wilmington and San Pedro and Carson and Inglewood and other places down in the harbor area that suffer the worst. And people think that it's beautiful, sunny, and delightful here in Los Angeles. We are choking on carbon, and they're trying to shove more down our throats every day.
Now, we just had 2 regulatory captures, meaning we had 2 major agencies, the Coastal Conservancy and the South Coast Air Quality Management, have a changeover in staff and executive directors. The good environmentalists were out, the corporate shills were put in. What can people watching this do about that regulatory capture, which is actually going to make things on our coastline and in our air quality worse?
Yeah, we've given the keys to the criminals now. They've actually said that they want to be more concerned with how this impacts business than it does the environment, and that is myopic. Because anyone that knows this topic, like Bernie does, knows that our salvation economically is to transfer to 100% renewable. That's where the jobs are. That's where the investment is. That's where the workforce development is. We are fighting the most evil, rogue, and reckless industry on the face of the planet in the history of this world. Nobody told us it was going to be easy. But we have got to be the patriots that we are. We have to be like our greatest generation. When they bombed Pearl Harbor, some people wanted to deny it and run away from the smoke and the fire, and other people ran toward the danger to try to do what patriots do. That's how I look at Bernie people, and that's how I look at climate people.
That's great. Thank you so much, Joe. And thank you to all you watching. And we are now going to run to try to catch up with the march.
If elected president, I will take on the fossil fuel industry. Their short-term profits are not more important than the future of this planet.